Speaking from personal experience, this is an unfortunate byproduct of doing content creation. They will, sooner or later, try to threaten your children.
So this is our friend Kat, and this is one of the hundreds of death threats that she and her children have received this week. She is a mother of 3 children under 10 years old. She is a small business owner, and she is a fierce warrior on the front lines protesting ICE in her hometown of Chicago. Now, obviously, death threats aren't new to anybody on the left. When people lack the ability for complex thought, they resort to physical violence. So let me take you back to why this is happening. Now, this is long, but please stay with me. This started because this creator posted this. I read the Epstein files that they were taking teen girls as young as 14 years old, drugging them, cutting off their breasts, leaving permanent scars in their chest, literal child mutilation. You're thinking, I hadn't seen that, but I've seen the Epstein files and they're horrific. Thank you for using your voice to call it out. You'd be wrong, of course, because instead of going after grown men who sexually assault children, she pivots. She goes on to say, oh wait, that is what the left is fighting to keep doing to children confused about their gender. Because obviously when you're MAGA, given the chance to condemn pedophiles, you're going to go after trans children. So Kat replied, you're a stupid effing Twatsy. Now, Twatsy is objectively funny, and I'm a little upset that I didn't come up with it myself. However, compared to what we've been called by MAGA, it pales in comparison. So this creator responds to Kat by putting out a video to her 241,000 TikTok followers, blasting her comment, not her disgusting post, just the comment. Now we're all for public shaming, but tell the whole story. Now, a little background on this creator. Her and her husband own a $20 per month subscription-based anti-woke Christian homeschool program called Young Patriots Academy. And I know before you say anything, Twatsy Youth was right there on the table. Missed opportunity. But here's where it gets really messed up. Kat reaches out to us and she says, hey, do you guys know where I should report death threats to? I laughed because we're supposed to report those? We just get so many. I thought that was just MAGA's love language. But then she says she wouldn't be concerned except they're threatening her children. Now, obviously, we don't cosplay concern for children and use them for rage bait like this creator does. That's actual cause for concern. So I reached out and left a comment informing her of what was happening, assuming, of course, that someone who owns a school would have concern with children's lives being threatened, especially when she caused it and could do something about it. But you'd be wrong again. She responded by saying, oh, you want me to apologize for her hate-filled public words to me? Like I said, have fun. To which I said, apologize for her words? Nah. Guess we thought you were a Christian who would care about the lives of her children that your followers were threatening. To which she replied, and this is the piece de la resistance. Aw, y'all can cry all you want. I just shared her own public words. Have fun. Because children's lives being threatened is fun. Now, I know we could flood her socials and call her names, but that's what she wants. That's what people who need to play the victim need to feel self-worth. So instead, we're going to show our friend Kat some love. Please go follow her at Mama Catsweets. Head to her website. The link is in the bio and her IG. I'll put it in the comment section on Facebook. Go to her website and use coupon code TWATSY for 15% off your first order. Because this is what community looks like when it's built on love. Now stay woke, love folks, and wash your ass. Love y'all.
Death threats against children. It is unfortunately a byproduct of doing this. I've had I've had death threats against my children. I've had people tell me that they were going to abort my children with their sawed off. I've had people tell me that they've left a bomb on my front porch and they want my daughter to go get it and called her by name. Of course, these are all things that happened to me. So for the censors out there, it's a really weird and insane byproduct of doing social media content that has any type of political tinge to it in any way, shape, or form. And earlier I talked about it being controversial. It's controversial to these people. I mean, it's not controversial, generally speaking, but in their world it is. So then they think it is appropriate to respond by saying things like that commenter said to that woman, we know where you drop your kids off for school. I'll show you. Really? Here's the deal. When it comes to that type of comment, it's one of two things, and both of them are completely and utterly unacceptable. First, you're actually that much of a sociopath that you would do something to harm her children. You would go to where her children are dropped off for their bus and you would cause harm to them. In which case, you should be behind bars because you are a sociopath. Or you're never actually going to do anything, but you thought it was cool or funny, or I'll scare her by saying something like this, which makes you a fucking sociopath. Because there's nothing cool or funny or ha-ha in the least bit about threatening children at their bus stop. And if you do find humor in that, you should probably seek psychiatric help. But that's what you get, right? You get shit like that. They will come after your children. They will come after your wives. I've had people make, I don't know how many fake accounts with one of my daughter's profile pictures, my dead father's profile picture. I think even there might be one or two with my dead stepmother's profile picture. It's just, these people are insane.